Welcome back to the show. We're back here again in Seaham today. Now we're going to head straight over to the primary care centre where Liz, Alison and Janet are going to show us some fantastic stretches. So make sure you've got plenty of space. So I am here with Jeremy, or Jazz as he likes to be called, because I'm not your mum. So can you tell us what's happening here in this tent?
Yeah, this week we're looking at 5G, superpowering a smart grid, and we're in the middle of our day 2.
Winter is a busy time for the NHS. When you're feeling under the weather, there are lots of different ways to get the right care and treatment for you and your family. So help us to help you to know what to do. We spoke to Mr. Stephen Bush, consultant of emergency medicine at Leeds Teaching Hospital, about the different options available. A new report has been released that says over 43% of Generation X are going to be choosing to spend their next holiday in the UK. They will be ditching sun, sand and sangria. It's just past 6 a.m. and we are hiking up Orris Head. So if this doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. In this episode of West Midlands Treasures, we are going to see what it takes to run an auctioneer's. Hi Bill! Hello. So what is it that I need to learn from you?
Well, I'm looking at this oil painting under an ultraviolet light, a strong ultraviolet light, to see whether there's any restoration. And that's quite important to a potential buyer. As with all antiques really, the more original piece of furniture or painting is without restoration, the more potentially valuable it is.
Oh, and how often would you have to do something like that?
Well, we get between 600 and 1,000 condition reports every sale, every month.
That's a lot of admin.
Yeah.
And welcome to today's jam session, the final jam. Thank you very much for joining us here for our gathering of sprint leads to find out what has been happening day 3 in all the different sprints. Angela, how has day 3 been for you?
I was going to say I can only describe it in 2 words, which is huge solutions. But actually, I really wanted to say Louis Theroux, but I'm not going to say that.
I mean, that is a very key point of the day. Sadly, he's not on our list of people that we'll be talking to. But we do have quite the list to get through. We've got 2 to 3 minutes with each person. We're going to start at the top of our list. We've got Andy Carter, and Andy is going to talk to us about the sprint that is Morrison's Water Services. Andy, how was day 3? And Richie are going to show us the figure 8 today. Now we haven't moved on to ice skating just yet, but if you grab a chair, let's look at how we can improve our balance. We all know the importance of shopping local, especially after we had that very busy period called Christmas. Now we are joining Carl from York Business Improvement District to see what kind of incentives they're implementing to get us all excited about spending locally. Welcome to today's show. Now we are in the fantastic Beamish Colliery today. We are following a walking group, and then Deborah's going to show us some walking themed exercises that we can do from the comfort of our own home. Okay, so you've had a good look around. What are you thinking of this experience so far?
I think there's so many interesting pieces, there's so much on offer. Not everything is to my taste, but there's plenty of things that I'd like to come back and place my bid on.
And what kind of pieces do you think you're going to go for?
So I'm going to go for the chest and the candelabras.
0.9.
This is kind of a bit ridiculous. One of a kind. Today is Tina Day. I know, so exciting. We are popping over to Clare for that Friday feeling, and I dare you to not get moving. A whole weekend of just doing things that we've never tried before. Yeah, and you can just do it on your doorstep, which is perfect.
Feels like we're in a dream.
Feels like you're doing something different. Living life.
That was incredible. We spent 24 hours in the Lake District. We jumped down waterfalls, we faced some of our greatest fears.
We faced heights that I didn't think I was capable of facing, so I can really see why people are opting for staycations in 2020.